To get your plant and garden questions answered, 270-9933, the number to call. So, pink pineapple, what do you think?
I think I might pay $49 for a plant, but unlikely for just one single pineapple.
Let's go to the phones. We'll start with Katie in Verona. Hi, Katie. What's your question?
I have a 50-foot arborvitae, and one of the stems
Go ahead.
one of the stems is rusty colored and dead, and I just want to know if it's okay to cut it off.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take that out. If it's sort of halfway up, just take it to where the discolor is. If it's all the way to the bottom and it's 50 feet, then I would definitely take it off in sections so that you don't want it to split open and damage the rest of the plant.
All right.
All right, very good. Let's go to Louise in Monroe. Hi, Louise. What's your question?
Yes, I brought in a beautiful impatiens plant and put it in my sunroom almost a week ago, and it's daily dropping flowers, and I wondered if there was any trick or something how I can keep it alive, unless maybe impatiens aren't too good to winter over. I've had very good luck with my begonias and with my geraniums, but maybe not impatiens.
Some of the impatiens are really shade lovers, and it might be that your sun porch is a little bit too sunny for it. Also, sometimes I have found, because I have a sunroom on the back of my house, that when that sun comes in there in the mornings, it gets really warm. So that might be causing the wilting. Watch the watering as the days shorten and plants go a little bit dormant. They use less water than you would think, so make sure that you're not overwatering it. And if it is in a really, really sunny spot, pull it back so it's not in the direct sunlight and see if that will help.
All right, let's go to Carrie now in Madison. Hi, Carrie. What's your question?
Hi. We took out all the dead grass in the front of our house and planted lots of plants, which are great. But we have this giant tree on the terrace that's dropping leaves everywhere. And I've read very many mixed articles about whether we should rake up the leaves or keep the sidewalk clean, but leave the leaves on the plant.
What kind of tree is it in your terrace?
Oh, I'm not sure exactly. It was here when we moved in.
Okay, so if it's a tree with smaller leaves,
it's big leaves.
Like an ash, big leaves, especially like if it's a Norway maple that has that sort of jagged, kind of hand-shaped sort of leaf. Norway maple leaves will pack down, and sometimes the packing down gets kind of wet and mildewy and can cause some disease issues with the plants that you have in there. So if it's a maple, I would blow them out or gently rake them out. We have a really cool rake at the garden center by Fisker's, and it's really flexible plastic and kind of a smallish head, and it's good for working around smaller perennials and shrubs to get those leaves out. But if it's a maple, I'd get them out of there.
All right.
Okay, and we had Chinese lanterns.
Okay.
In the back, and came out one day, and all the tops had been eaten off.
Oh no.
Oh.
And is there something specific that loves Chinese lantern plants that we should be prepared for next year?
Not off the top of my head, but if it was like it was pruned off, like there was a really sharp cut, and it was up maybe about 2.5 feet, then that's probably rabbits. If it was kind of mashed and you're in an area where there are deer, then if the stems were kind of torn off, then that would be deer. You'll just have to use a repellent next year. Just remember, mark on your calendar that you'll want to put a repellent down.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go to Kathy in Janesville. Hi, Kathy. What's your question? Kathy, are you there?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
So I'm just wondering if I got a leaf seed that blew into my yard, and now the leaf turned into a maple tree, but it's like only 16 to 18 inches high. What do I do with that? Am I better off leaving it outside, or am I better off putting it in the house? What should I do with it? And then with the frost coming, I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, so I didn't hear the first part. You said it was like a seeded-in maple tree?
Yeah, it's a seeded-in maple tree. It's like it grew like 12 to 18 inches high, though, you know?
Yep. So if it's in a spot, you want to leave it outside. Maple trees need a dormancy period. It'll be much happier outside. It will not do well in your house. If it's in a spot where you don't like it, considering that it's probably going to get pretty big, I would wait until spring, and then it'll be pretty easy to move.
Okay, let's go to Maureen in Sun Prairie. Hi, what's your question?
My question is, I have a Kodiak orange Gervelia, and I'm trying to figure out how I can keep it from flopping. I had pruned it back in the spring, I think, to about 12 inches or fall, and this year it grew up and it still flops.
Okay, so what you want to do in the spring is get yourself a grow-through hoop. And I use them on my peonies, and it's a circle with legs, and then it's got a grid in it. So you put it in the spring before the plant really starts to get growing too much, and then as it gets taller, you can lift it because the stakes will be pretty long. The plant will grow through the openings in the grid and stay contained by the circle, and then it won't flop.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't need floppy plants. All right, Lisa, thank you. Thank you all for calling. Thanks for the pumpkin tips as well.
I'll leave the pumpkins for you.
All right, thanks,
Yay.
Lisa.
Thanks,
See you
Lisa.
soon.
Great to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.